Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Connie from The Painted Photographer, and today's video is part of a collaboration with the Sonnet's Garden Blooms and the creators there. We sent each other some thrifted items, just random, and then the other person had to thrift them into new life. So I got my box from Carissa at Starfish Cottage, and she may have challenged me a bit. She, obviously Starfish Cottage, has that ocean vibe, that starfish, that ocean, and me in the sticks over here, I'm the junky, crusty, Northwoods type of girl. But I think I did them well. So follow along and see what I did with her items. Unfortunately, I did video me unboxing it. For the life of me, I can't find it. I don't know where it's at. Carissa did write me a nice little note in my box. I read it. She gave me a bunch of tissue paper. She had my heart with the box. And unfortunately, I lost that video. That's what I get for having too many videos on my phone. So see you at the end.
For the first project, we have this little teapot cardboard plastic container, and then also this little resin bird. This was a challenge, so I thought I'd start with this. This is not my style, but we're gonna go with it and try and make it my style. So the first thing that I do is I take the DIY paint, and this is weathered wood, and I just opened this one, and you can see how thick the DIY paint is. Even as thick as it is, we're still going to add Saltwash. So I have 3 different size Saltwash that you can order from my website. And you just add the Saltwash into your paint. It can be any type of chalk paint. It usually works the best. You can add it into acrylic paints too to just make them thick. And then you take an old brush and you just pounce it onto the item. So we're going to pounce onto this plastic to make it not look so plastic anymore. So we're going around the entire thing with the Saltwash mixture, and then we're even covering up the front of this little cardboard. So this is cardboard and plastic, and this method works really well with this. I'm not really sure which side I'm going to use yet, so we're going to do both sides. I come in with the DIY white swan after everything has thoroughly dried, and I just kind of do a wash over top of the weathered wood. I want some of that brown to be coming through the weathered wood. So I'm spraying it with water too, which helps to give it more of a even coat over top of that Saltwash. So I'm doing the entire inside, the sides of it, and then also I'm going to do the front side as well and make sure that I have some coverage on both sides because, like I said, I'm not really sure which side of this project I'm going to use yet. So I decided I wanted some type of design on there. I'm going to use a paint inlay from way back. You can't buy this one anymore, and I'm really sad about it because this was my favorite. And I have some leftover pieces. This one I must have put on something with Bohemian Blue. So my vision was to get this paint from the paint inlay and the roses to transfer onto this teapot. So I take some white swan paint, DIY white swan, and I put it all over the mixture, and I dampen my paint inlay, and then I push it onto the teapot. And I make sure that I push it in because of all the texture that's on because of the Saltwash. Then you spray it down and kind of blot it off, making them be really flat onto that surface. So I did both of them. And now I wet them and let them set for a few seconds, and then you peel it off. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I knew these inlays were probably used a number of times, so it did not transfer off very well. But I do like that look on that I got on the transfer. And now we're going to still go in. This transfer I think had been used once already, and we're going to put the image on the inside just in case I use the inside. So now this time I'm using the liquid patina method where I just use liquid patina instead of paint, lay the inlay into the liquid patina, wet it just a bit, and let it sit until it's almost dry. Don't let this dry completely because it is a sealer. So I thought this one was a little light, so I went over the top with another paint inlay and we'll see what we get. So this is all just experimental. Of course, when I don't have much time to do a video, I'm experimenting. But we're going to wet that inlay and then peel it off and let's see what we got. It's a little bit darker. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. And then on the inside, it's really faint, but it's very, very pretty inside that little teapot with the white. So it makes it look very elegant. So we're going to go with this and we're going to see how we're going to transform this teapot.
Soul searching, fall apart, tunnel vision, hiding in the dark. Well, I ain't gonna holler before I really bleed.
Next up, Carissa sent this little birdie with also, and I thought pairing the two of these together would make them more my style. So I painted him with weathered wood, and then I just took a really watered down white base and gave him a whitewash.
You said I never could change. I thought I never could change. They said I never could change. Damn right, never would. Leave the light on. Leave the light on. Just leave the light on. Yeah, leave the light on.
All right, guys, I was supposed to be videoing for my YouTube, and I had to run to the post office. The thrift store got in my way. Let's see what I got. I need to do it quickly though, because I only have 20 minutes. I'm not used to only 20-minute videos. Take a peek. It's so good. I know that was fast, but I ain't got much time. I'm gonna show you a quick video of this little display. Like I just picked it up. It's so exciting, I can't hold it. Some of these will be listed on my website. Take a look.
If I'll ever change, been dreaming of Nashville, Tennessee, while the cold here in Sweden got the best of me.
For the second project, we're going to use this blue glass jar. I'm sure Carissa at Starfish Cottage worked very hard to put that starfish on. I don't live around the ocean, so we are taking that off along with the hanger. So that was just a vinyl that was on this blue jar. So I go ahead and I peel it off, and then Wilson helps me take the metal hanger off of the jar as well. Now we're going to paint this jar with the weathered wood Saltwash mixture as well. I do like blue jars, but you could tell this blue was fake. It was not the real blue. So we're going to cover that up with the Saltwash and weathered wood mixture. Then to match my teapot pink, I used the Cottage Color in Veranda and gave it 3 coats of the Cottage Color. And then I took a piece of sandpaper and sanded off so that we could see the weathered wood Saltwash mixture underneath, just giving it that crusty, dingy type of look. I know a lot of you aren't fans of the distressed look, but that is my jam. That is what I like. So I gave it dark wax as well, and I really like how this little pink jar turned out after all.
Haven't I got better shit to think about than that shit? Like deadlines, rents due, bills pile up, family day in, day out, the clock's mocking me, getting old, oh, got the kids deserve so much more than this, gotta get rich. You said I never could change, I thought I never could.
This egg, it might be a bit of a challenge. Look at the texture on this egg. So we're going to also go in with a textured finish, but what am I going to do with this egg? It's like a big ostrich egg. So let's try. Let's get started anyway. So first of all, I went in with just some weathered wood, no Saltwash, and you can see there's the texture that's already on this egg does not cover up with plain paint. So back in with the Saltwash mixture. That Saltwash, it's a lifesaver. If you don't have it yet, check out my website. You can order it in the cutest, tiniest little bottle ever. And we just put that Saltwash mixture over this entire egg. Now I'm going to use that same watered down mixture of white paint. This is White Swan, really, really watered down. And then I also spray the egg, and I'm just giving it a nice white wash finish on there. I just want some of that brown to come through, and then we're going to use this Spring Melody paint inlay. And this is the full sheet of the bunnies. So I just cut one of the bunnies out, and then I misted the front of it and gave it some liquid patina coat and made sure while it was still wet, I laid the bunny on top of the egg and on top of the liquid patina mixture. And then I just smoothed him all down, making sure that he was touching, and added a little bit of mist of water and let him dry. Now I went back in, misted it again, and then I just peeled up that paint inlay, and it is the cutest dang little egg now, and you wouldn't even know it had all those coats of paint on it.
Never could change, damn right never would. Leave the light on.
Here is where I actually show you how I made that white wash. I just put the white paint on a paper plate and then just added lots and lots of water. This was my first project using the watered down paint. It's a terracotta pot that I had in my supplies, and I just went over it with the white wash paint, and then I took the mister bottle and just misted it to try and give it that natural limestoney look.
Leave the light on.
Since this will not be used for plants, I gave it a sealer of Big Top, and I hope you like how this one turned out.
Just leave the light on. If I never change, if I never change.
For the last project that she sent me was this wood tote. So it's just a plain wood tote, raw wood, and we're going to paint it with one of the new DIY Cottage Colors. This is Garden Sage. When you're using Cottage Colors, you're going to want to stir them completely. And this is raw wood, so it's only going to take 2 coats of this, and it has a built-in sealer, self-leveler, and once this is done, it's done. You don't have to seal it at all. It has got the sealer built into the paint.
If I never change.
You've seen the insulators that I picked up at the thrift store, and I wanted it to have more of a blue look than a green look because I wanted to use one of those insulators. So I took the shipwreck wax and went over the green garden sage with the shipwreck, which gave it a more turquoisey look, and I absolutely love it with my insulator. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Hey everyone, how'd you like that? That was a bit of a challenge for me. This was my favorite project. This was my biggest challenge. Here's the other one. But I just needed to add a little Connie touch to it. How'd I do? Let me know in the comments. I hope that you like this video. This is part of a playlist. You can check this playlist below. And it's also a premiere. We're gonna be live while you watch this. So that's exciting. Check the playlist and see who's behind me, and you can go ahead and watch them as well. And I hope you really liked this video. I'll be back next Monday for another video, and my ATC cards are coming. I am 2 behind, but I'm coming with them. So don't worry, I'm gonna start working on them right now. So thanks for watching, and until next time, happy painting.
Even if I try to leave, you still make me wanna stay. You ask me to believe in the words that you say, but I can't be strong if you can't move on.
Back.
Don't you think we've had enough?
And I don't know who's next.